Hey guys, TKC here, the Kaijudo Channel. I'm finally back with another vlog. So after that huge package opening, I really want to get this video done because I've been wanting to do it for more than a week now. But I wanted to do a vlog to talk about the awesome trip I went on last weekend before the weekend that just passed, which was the Kaijudo Championship in Seattle, which was super awesome, very fun. So I'm going to talk about everything that happened, starting from the beginning, talking about when I got there to when I left. I want to talk about all the cool things that I felt would be nice to talk about in a video right now. So Thursday, I spent pretty much most of the day trying to get to Seattle, and my connecting flight was in Chicago, and guess what? In Chicago, I met up with two competitors there. I met up with Jared Dockstader and his friend Robert, and they're really awesome. I hung out with them most of this whole trip. I hung out with them at least like half the trip. They're very cool people, and I'm so glad I met you guys. You guys are really cool. And then when I got to Seattle with them, met up with Sammy Huda as well. So when we got to the airport, we said, okay, how about we play test, because I needed to qualify in the last chance qualifier, at least I wanted to try to, while, you know, Sammy, Jara, and Rob were testing for the championship itself. So they all decided to show their decks because they're really cool people, and so Jara and Rob made an interesting meta call, and they went with a Panopter build. They went with this really cool control deck, but with like Panopters and blockers and a bunch of cool stuff like that, but it didn't work out since the field was just not as aggressive. There were too many dragon decks, too many control decks, and so it didn't work out for them, sadly. But their deck idea was really cool, and it was really a good try for them to see if that actually broke out and did well at the championship. And then Sammy, of course, Sammy always comes up with like the weirdest things, because I met him in Texas, and he had this like Dorado, Dauntless Tusker, random thing like that, which was super awesome. Then he wins a KMC with Lepidos, which is like even more awesome than that, because it's a Mega Bug and Lepidos kicks butt. And he comes back, and he hasn't playtested pretty much at all since he won the KMC, which is pretty funny. So he's just kind of at the airport for a while and just came up with a lot of random ideas, and he came up with Ramp Dragons with Drillstorm teched. What? Drillstorm. So Drillstorm is super cool. Drillstorm actually is really good anti-Megabugs, or as it turned out, Bobby Break also used Toxic Fog, which was another pretty good tech against Megabugs as well. But Drillstorm is really cool because you could banish like a Homunculon or an Ambush Scorpion, for example, and then banish Rusalka, Manatick, Manapod Beetle, all that. And so that proved to be a very interesting tech, and it was really cool. But sadly, only 3 people used Megabugs at the championship, so it didn't work out too well for him, but still really cool that they come up with really cool ideas like that. So we were nicknaming that card D-Balls for a while for some reason, I don't know why, but we didn't want to reveal the Drillstorm tech at all, so we just kind of like kept it secret and called it, you know, codename D-Balls, and that was pretty funny. So that was pretty much it for Thursday. Then Friday came along, and Friday was the big day for me. It was the last chance qualifiers, and I wanted to try my best to get in there. Unfortunately, if you followed me on Facebook or Twitter, you will notice that I did very I did not do very well at all. Out of like 8 rounds, I won maybe like 3 and I lost 5, so I was pretty much like knocked out both times or something like that. I scrubbed out both LCQs. I went with Megabugs both times, and I just kind of went with different versions both times as well. Like the first time I didn't have blockers at all, and I went for a more like combo-y version of Megabugs. I used Breach the Veil, which was kind of an interesting idea, but it didn't work out too well. I thought it'd be cool to get consistent turn 4 Keeper of Laws and, you know, get to Hive Queen a lot easier and stuff like that, but it just didn't work out. And then for the second LCQ, there are so many rush decks, so many aggressive decks. I'm like, okay, I need blockers in here. So I turned to Earth Power for help, since, you know, he won with Megabugs, and so he kind of like helped me out a bit. And he's like, here, put Bottle of Wishes, put Aqua Strider, and stuff like that. And the deck was actually working a little bit better, but it still just didn't have enough juice, and I still lost to, you know, Rush. I still lost to Rush even with Striders and stuff like that, so it was pretty sad for me that day, because I'm like, I didn't make it. So since I knew that there was a possibility of me not making it, I decided to ask WotC, hey, can I do anything to help you guys? I mean, I'm going to be here the whole, you know, weekend, so hopefully I'll be able to do something to help you guys. And they willingly accepted me to join them on Sunday and help out with coverage, which is awesome because I just love coverage. I really love coverage, and I really want to make coverage really good. So I just kind of like try to do it as best as I can, but I'll talk about that later because I'm not Sunday yet. So the LCQs are both won by Robert Hebert and Donnie Wilson, so congrats to both of you. You guys did really well, and you guys deserve it. So that Friday night, I went back to the hotel, and I got to meet up with my Team Gates members for the first time. Well, kind of for the first time. I already met Aiden on the WotC trip, but I didn't meet his friend Brian, I didn't meet Vu. So seeing them for the first time was really cool. We hung out, we play tested, and lots of funny stuff like that, so it was really cool to meet you guys as well. Then Saturday comes along, and Saturday, well, I couldn't really do anything. It was pretty much their own little secret thing that they only get to do, which is pretty awesome. You know, they got to make awesome cards. They got Queen Kalima previewed to them. Lots of cool stuff like that. Queen Kalima is insane, by the way. I just really love that card. So while they were doing all that, I decided to meet up with a friend who lives in the area and just hung out with him for a couple of hours. And we went to like some Asian market, and you know, I got some stuff there, so that was fun. But it turned out that I was actually able to kind of join in on the fun later with them, because at the end of the day they're just kind of chilling out, doing drafts and stuff like that, and they're just doing drafts until the room decided to be closed, which was like 10 p.m. I guess, or something like that. So I kind of just like walked in 8 p.m. and they're like, oh hey TKC, what's up? And as for the 2 R&D cards that they made, pretty awesome stuff. So they got to make 2 out of the 5 supers that are going to be in the second meal set, which is the set in March 2014. So that's going to be the set once the first 3 sets are done. One's Shattered Alliance in September, there's another one in November, and then there's the special one, which is like Dragon Strike, basically, for this block. So they had the option of 5 different cards. They had Ravu, Rusalka, Black Feather, Heel of Flame, and Mighty Shouter, which is super cool. They all have really nice new artworks, very awesome stuff. So they had to vote on 2 of them that they will make, and they chose Rusalka and the Black Feather, and then they split up all the competitors into 2 teams, and they developed 2 different cards. And apparently it was a really lengthy process, very interesting process as well. It took them like 4 or 5 hours to make it, and the final result was very interesting. I honestly really like the Black Feather because it's like, it could almost be a board wipe, basically. You have to mill the top 3 cards of your deck, and then out of those you pick a creature if you get one, and then you take the power of that creature and you subtract that amount of power with all the power of the creatures on the field. So if you take like a 2000, for example, all 2000s or less are pretty much banished, else they lose that much power, which is really cool. Now the Rusalka, however, I'm not really a fan of. It's a level 4 2000 that when it comes into play or when it attacks, you basically do a Tritonus Constrict effect. Basically, you say that creature is not attacking or blocking. And on top of that, the second effect is that Rusalka is unblockable. That's insane. So basically it's a level 4, and like every turn you're locking something down, and it's already unblockable, so no matter what, it's hitting a shield, and you can just spam lots of crazy things with that. It's basically going to fit into aggressive tempo decks as multiple copies of Rusalka, which is just absolutely insane. And you can bring it back with Dracothane. You can do so many weird things with that. Like, I guess it could be bone-bladed and stuff like that, which is kind of cool, but yeah, it's a little bit powerful. But then again, these cards are not going to be the final products. These are just like what the cards are going to be based off of, and R&D has the opportunity to work on it a bit more and kind of update it and be a bit more balanced. And then there was Sunday, the big day for the competitors, the Kaijudo Championship. I was super excited for this. I showed up early, and I got to wear the awesome Kaijudo staff t-shirt, which you should be able to see in some videos, or maybe just one video, or something like that. You should be able to see me in that shirt in videos on the Kaijudo.com website, as well as the YouTube, most likely, the Wizards Kaijudo official YouTube channel. Alright, so I'm going to end this vlog right here as a part 1, because I just wanted to talk about the stuff I got to do outside of the championship. But I'm going to save the championship and the stuff on Monday for part 2, because a lot of really interesting things happened at the championship on Sunday, and I could, provide a lot of interesting statistics and facts about what happened at the championship. So you guys should enjoy that. And hopefully tomorrow, which is going to be Wednesday, you'll see more of the updates on the Kaijudo website and the official YouTube channel, where you'll see a lot more coverage. You should be able to see top 4 and top 8 videos, as well as interviews and deck techs. I don't know if they're going to be all up on the same day or something like that, but at least some of that should be up tomorrow on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that, guys. So before I go, I want to ask you guys a quick question. What do you guys think of those 3 cards I just talked about in this video? So Queen Kalima and the 2 cards that the competitors got to develop. What do you think about those 3 cards? Is there anything you would change about the 2 cards they developed? Things like that. I'd like to see what you guys think in the comments below. And with that, this is TKC, the Kaijudo Channel, signing off. See you later, guys.